Dear friends, thank you very much for taking part of your time to listen to me and follow this video. In this opportunity, I'm going to lead you through the process of writing, and specifically, I will focus my attention in tackling the way of making an essay. But before starting off with the development of an essay, I would like to make reference in certain kinds of essays you could find. For me, it's quite important that you have knowledge of the differences between them, since each essay has its own characteristics and names. One such essay is the argumentative type. That is the one we are going to deal with in this video. The obvious question that arises at this point of my presentation is, what is an essay? Well, an essay is a short piece of writing that discusses, describes, or analyzes one topic. It can discuss a subject directly or indirectly, seriously or humorously. It can describe personal opinions or just report information. The argumentative essay, for example, describes personal opinions. An essay can be written from any perspective, but essays are most commonly written in the first person with the pronoun I, or third person, subjects that can be substituted with he, she, it, or they. Let's remember the kinds of essays. As I told you before, there are different types of essays, each one with its own objective: descriptive, cause and effect, argumentative, definition, narrative, critical, comparing contrast, process. Among these types of essays, we will learn how to produce an argumentative essay with 4 paragraphs. What is an argumentative essay? It is one that attempts to persuade the reader to the writer's point of view. The writer always tries to convince the reader of the validity of his or her opinion. You, as a writer, have personal opinions about a topic. These opinions could be in favor or against the topic. So, in your essay, you use arguments to support your ideas. That's it. And in order to write down your ideas, we use paragraphs. Here, I want to make something clear. We have already learned about how to put together sentences to have a paragraph. It's quite important you comprehend the parts of a paragraph in order to produce well-organized essays. We have already practiced making paragraphs before in our English class, doing narrative text and summaries of short articles. Now it's time to go a level up in our writing process by trying to set up short compositions where we express our opinions. Like a paragraph, an essay has parts. First part, introduction, it goes in a paragraph. Second part, body, it contains 2 or 3 paragraphs with support and development. Third part, conclusion, it goes in a paragraph. If your essay doesn't have these parts, it's not an essay, period. The following section of this video will show you how to create an essay starting with an introduction. Let's start. The introduction opens the essay. It is a short paragraph, usually about 3 or 4 sentences. In an argument essay, it usually describes or summarizes both sides of the present situation and says what you are going to do in your essay. An example is the best way to explain this point. First of all, we need to know about the topic of our essay. There are different tasks in an essay, but I want to be simple in this point. In this example, you have to give your point of view and you are asked to support your opposition. Let's read the topic. Topic: should governments spend more money on improving roads and highways? Or should governments spend more money on improving public transportation? Which viewpoint do you agree with? Use specific reasons and examples to support your choice. What is the first thing you must do after understanding the topic? Write a thesis. For me, it's this: they should improve public transportation. This is my point of view. Another person might have chosen they should improve roads and highways, and the essay must be developed around this opinion. But I decided on this, and I am going to develop my writing around this idea. The second thing that I'm going to do is the first step in the writing process. Yes, this is pre-writing. If you want to save time when writing your essay, I truly recommend to continue with this step. This is my pre-writing. First, I write my opinion, my position related to the topic. Alright, and this is the organization of my essay. First, I write the theme. Governments should spend more money to improve public transportation. Remember that when you write a pre-writing, try not to write complete sentences or with good grammar or spelling. It's not necessary. Then, I establish a general idea for my first and second paragraph in this way. In the first paragraph, I want to point out the following idea. It is better to move faster around the city. For example, reach airports and cargo terminals on time, improve productivity. And this is my first sentence. One of the most important investments that governments must make in a place is on social issues. To get your essay off to a great start, think of your first sentence as a hook that draws your reader in. The introductory paragraph of an essay, long or short, should start with a sentence that catches the interest of your readers. So, how do you begin to write an introduction paragraph? With a general statement, a generalization. This sentence typically acts as the topic sentence for the paragraph. First and foremost, you need to bring the reader into the topic and your thesis. You want to do this immediately. Do not play around with useless words. Be direct. And this is my example. Be sure to mix up long and short sentences. It's better for the flow of the essay. After bringing the reader into the topic, you need to establish and plant your position or opinion. You do this by introducing the evidence you plan to present. Make clear what you think. In this way, sentences 2 and 3 should introduce the arguments and why this topic is important. Simultaneously, it should begin to show where you stand on the argument. The last sentence should be your thesis statement. The thesis statement should be powerful, clear, and worded well. When writing the rest of your essay, remember to re-emphasize your thesis. Remember, the entirety of your paper hangs on the thesis sentence.